Welcome to the First and Inches podcast, where every play counts and every take hits hard. Right. David is repping the dynasty that is the Kansas City Chiefs. George bleeds black and gold for Steeler Nation, and AP is still waiting on the Vikings to show up in February. We're breaking down the biggest stories in football, baseball, and anything in between. We're calling it like we see it, and no fan base is safe. Touchdown! This is the First and Inches podcast.
Are you ready for some football?
We're ready for some football, baby.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the First and Inches podcast. I am Jorge.
I am Hooks.
AP all day. What's going on, everybody?
What is up, man? I'm in Arizona, man. Weather is terrible for Arizona. I expect the sunshine, warm weather, but no, they said they had a winter storm roll in. So it's almost 60 degrees right now.
Ali, 72 here in middle America, Oklahoma.
Yep,
Low
same.
70s. They're in trouble over here. Everybody's crying about it, but it's all good. So what do we have going on this week? I saw on my way in the New England Patriots charter plane, all filled up, ready to go pick them up after they win this week and take them to wherever they're going to go.
Yeah, they'll be playing the Steelers in that next weekend, but we can go into that.
Is that so?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I told
they're
you
not going
guys.
anywhere, so
I told you.
I guess they only travel if they have to play the number one, right?
Right.
No.
Correct.
Yeah, the Steelers are not going to play the Patriots. They're going to play the Broncos
I'm in the
if they win.
championship game. Correct. Yeah.
Nice.
2 weeks from now.
Oh, well, I guess
Adam,
the Patriots
stop
ain't going
drinking
nowhere
before
then,
our
if that's what
podcast.
happens.
What's that, Hook?
All right, so
I said stop drinking before our podcast, Adam.
All day.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and kick it off. We want to talk about first round predictions. I'll go ahead and just write off a couple of maybe some ones that I thought stood out a little bit. I think the Rams are an easy bet to beat the Panthers. I don't think the Panthers have a shot.
agree.
I think also go ahead.
Hold on. Did they not beat them at home? Carolina beat the Rams at home as a 10-point underdog earlier this year.
This is a playoff game. You're going to, there's no shot. If you want to put that kind of dumb money on there, go for it. There's no chance. Rams all the way. Bears will take out the Packers. Jordan Love hasn't played in a couple of weeks. He's going to be a little rusty. I don't think he's going to have what the offense it takes to overcome the Bears' crap defense. And in the game, I think they're going to be of the weekend. 49ers are going to upset the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
It's my NFC. If one of you guys want to take AFC, but NFC, that's what I got the wild card there. 49ers beating Super Bowl champs.
All right. So there's two things that I've heard about today. The one thing is this is the first season that there's not like a clear, obvious favorite. Like the odds for these teams are all pretty even, except for some of the winners that you just chose. Like I can't look at the 14 teams in there and say they're the favorite. I don't think. I mean, the Seahawks, the Broncos are the number 1 seeds. The number 2 seeds are the Patriots and Chicago. Like that's insane. Like this is amazing football. But do the fans want to see greatness or do they want to see parity? That's what's interesting. So Jorge,
I think we're all starving for parity because we're
Yes.
tired of the Chiefs, right? Before that, we were tired of the Patriots. It just gets old and not
Right.
fun anymore.
Yeah, people become disinterested, just like that stat that you guys shared. One of you guys shared about the 6 quarterbacks, the same quarterbacks in the AFC Championship. You know, people are tired of it. Listen to the fans outside of that little eclectic group of fans and people that follow them. People want parity. Jorge's right.
Yeah,
No,
that was a
I
crazy
really
stat.
don't think. Do you think people love to talk about the Denver Nuggets, or do you think people love to talk about the Golden State Warriors,
Well,
the
it's
Miami
basketball. Nobody
Heat?
gives a shit. There's
I
like
mean,
15 people that like NBA.
yeah, I mean, Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets. Like, no, we're leading to mediocrity. Let's go. We need winners in there, not a bunch of average teams.
I think you're right if it was any other sport, but there is just like a small group of people are NBA fans compared to everybody likes football. So I would say that parity is more important in football than it is like the NBA, to your point. Yeah, people in the
I'm gonna
NBA
tell
want
you,
greatness because they appreciate it.
as a fan, if the Chiefs and the Eagles played again, all people would be talking about would be we wish both teams could lose. That's the only reason why they'd be talking about them. Okay. And just
Okay.
the Chiefs fans and the Eagles fans, but the whole country would hate both of them.
One pick. Who's your champion this year? I'm gonna write it down.
We're
Who's your
just
pick this year?
bypassing our first. I thought we were going to cover like the first round pick, but so we're
No,
going
I just
straight.
want to know one team who's winning it all.
I see what you're saying. We're all going out on a limb because there's not a favorite.
Right.
So might as well make a big splash. I'm gonna say the Jaguars.
Yeah, I guess if this is what we're doing, the Bills.
See, yeah, damn. So one of y'all will be eliminated this weekend.
Well, that's why I chose the AFC because I got to break it up a little bit, like because I don't know what I wasn't going to pick an NFC and just be a layup. But yeah,
Dude,
the Bills.
there is no chance I'm picking either of the 1 seeds. No chance. So
Wow.
I gotta say the Chargers. The Chargers are my are my NFL champions this year.
Okay.
All right.
I was
So
gonna argue that.
Jorge, you got the AFC: Buffalo, Jacksonville, Chargers, Patriots, Houston, Steelers.
I'm going Jags, Patriots, and I'm going with the obvious. Man, I hate to say this, but I think the Texans are going to win.
I see
Dude,
what you're
listen,
doing. You're
My wife just watched our last week podcast, and she's like, Jorge is the worst fan ever.
No, I know
Like-
what he's doing. I would be doing it too. You gotta
No,
set
Jorge,
yourself
but
up
I'm
for
not.
disappointment.
Absolutely that. Yes. Okay, you're right. You're right. But here's the deal. We have not done well. I don't know if you're looking at the stats, but Lamar, he missed how many games, right? And he was still way up there on sacks, the times he was sacked. CJ Stroud is
Yeah.
near the bottom of getting sacked. If we don't get to CJ Stroud, he's going to pick us apart. Our secondary is just not playing good ball right now. And that's going to be the difference in the game. CJ Stroud's going to run around, not get sacked, not even have to use his legs. He's just going to be throwing the ball with time and with space, and he's just going to pick us apart. And the Steelers are just going to go down at home once again.
remember the meme we want to see coming across the screen?
It's coming this week.
Even
I was ready for it last week. That was ridiculous. What kind of crap was that?
That's
If
that's
there's
one of
one
my
thing,
yeah.
if there's one
So
thing
bad.
that's consistent, Jorge, is that your disbelief that the Steelers are a good team. You've done it all year, so here we are. I applaud you for being consistent, but I too am consistent in that I believe the Steelers are going to the AFC Championship.
Is that an L?
Wow.
Or is that is this an L?
I told you, I said it from the start of the year.
All right. So what about the coaching openings with the Ravens, the Falcons, the Giants, the Titans, the Raiders, the Browns, and the Cardinals? So there's 7 openings. What do you think? Tell me what you guys think about Harbaugh.
Well, I texted the group. There's only one coach that I would fire Kevin O'Connell for, and that's him. So I believe we read there was an article that said 7 or 8 calls within an hour of him being fired. And who would have thought it was a rookie kicker that would be leading the charge of this guy getting fired? Obviously, I know that's not the case, but I mean, had he made that kick, he still got a job, obviously. So it's a combination of things that just put it over the top. But I think the Harbaugh is going to be everybody's number one free agent, the best fit. This is going to sound crazy, but with ownership and the first round pick, I'm going to say the Raiders are the best
Raiders.
opening of those vacancies.
Okay, are you saying that because that's the kind of job that you can do for a year and then get paid for 10 years?
Damn it.
$50 million.
Damn it. I swear to you guys, I was going to go in with that because there's $50 million getting paid for head coaches. I was trying to set it up. Damn it. You took it from me.
All right,
Touche.
listen.
Sorry.
All right. So this is my argument on the best job. So everybody would say the Ravens because they got Lamar Jackson and blah,
Yes.
blah, blah.
Yeah, correct.
Listen, running backs' lifespans are 28, 29, 30. They're gone.
Yeah, 5 years.
Well, guess what Lamar Jackson is? Like, whoever gets the damaged goods, if he stays with the Ravens, they're going to struggle. Because a running quarterback is just like a running back. It's only going to last so long. You better be a passer. You better be a Josh Allen. You better be a Mahomes. You better be a Burrow.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's not that. And that's where it's going to get ugly.
Well, he is a two-time NFL MVP, and he should have won it last year, but they gave it to Josh Allen. I know what you're saying, but I think if he is forced to be a pocket passer, I think he's been effective in that. He's got pretty dialed in. He doesn't make a lot of errors.
All right, I got to leave for a minute. Sorry, guys. Y'all keep going.
All right. I thought that take got him. I don't know, Jorge, of really, when you think about it, outside of Baltimore, which is obviously the favorite, I don't know what other opening really seems to put everyone over the top more so than the next in terms of like best setup.
First of all, I don't agree about Lamar. I think that he has improved tremendously in his
Yeah,
passing.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And, he didn't run all around against the Steelers. He won that game. He had that one pick, but that was it only one pick? That one they got tipped and all that, right?
Yeah.
So other than that, he made great decisions. He had the vision to see those plays developing where they broke those long touchdowns. He was effective in getting out of harm's way when he was in the pocket. That last touchdown, they had him. There was two guys there to sack him, and he was able to get away. Ridiculous. So I don't think he's done it all. I think he has a few more years if he keeps playing the way he did this year and stays healthy. And he's not running as much, so I think he can stay healthy.
No.
I get it. He's not Mahomes, but he doesn't need to be. The last Super Bowl champ, another running quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He didn't light up the scoreboard, throwing for 400 yards. So what he did was manage the game, use his legs when he needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Super Bowl champ. So I think Lamar can get there. What coaches are they going to pick up to make that happen? I don't know.
I think it's going to be a surprise. I think for that fit right there, you've got to bring in somebody that doesn't have a narrative surrounding them, right? That doesn't have an ego. I think you get someone in there fresh like that offers a different perspective. And I think he can put, like you just said, Lamar Jackson and that team over the top because he is. I'd argue, again, if this season is played out, he's in the MVP conversation. He's an error-free quarterback that you just said he's become an athletic quarterback, but now he's a cerebral athletic quarterback. I agree. I think he's got 4 more years of just utter dominance if the right coach in terms of like taking it further.
I'm getting ready to y'all can clip this. Like I'm telling you right now, save this a year from now. There's 2 jobs that I think are the right job. It's either the Giants or it's the Browns. And I'm going to tell you that the Browns have Deshaun Watson. They also have the draft capital. Y'all laugh. Deshaun Watson was amazing until he wasn't.
He was amazing.
It was like a decade ago.
A year after I'm telling you, save this. A year after his Achilles, y'all need to please clip this.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm telling you,
if he doesn't work out, they can call Colin Kaepernick.
No,
that's about the same time that they were playing.
Deshaun Watson.
Hold on. Cam Newton's calling. Hold on.
Y'all, Deshaun Watson. Y'all trying to ruin my clip. Deshaun Watson with two early. They get their draft pick, and they also get Jacksonville's draft pick from last year, trading away Hunter. So they're going to get better, and their defense was not bad. Fannin was not bad. That offensive line's not bad. I'm going to tell you right now that the Browns are the team that will be better if they get the right coach in there.
I agree with that. They held the Steelers to 6 points, right? I think their defense can be solid if they can figure out a way to keep the ball more and not have as many penalties, turnovers, things like that. Yeah, I agree.
Well, hold on though. You're not suggesting Deshaun Watson is somehow going to be he's irrelevant. Since 2001, so the last 5 years, he's thrown 550 passes over 5 years. There's no shot. He's cooked.
Hey,
he's done. He'll never
listen,
be a high-level
in 2020, so 5 years ago, he had the Chiefs down. In the Chiefs' first Super Bowl year, he had the Chiefs down 21-0, 28-0.
Yeah.
And he got hurt. He had some issues off the field. He tore his Achilles. But I'm telling you right now, I'm just clip it. He is.
Because that guy's a dinosaur. He hasn't thrown enough balls in half a decade. Honestly, Cam Newton may be a better shot at being successful.
Okay. All right.
4 days point.
Let's move on from the worst franchise in NFL to
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah. Okay. But that was a good. I like the aggressiveness on that tape. That was good.
So,
Yeah.
Adam, you got the player of the year.
Yeah, so I this year more so than any other years, I don't know if that's even argued. I think the NFL MVP is probably the most dynamic of these, Stafford or Drake May. I think that Stafford is my pick. And then, for the defensive player of the year, again, there's not even Myles Garrett, what he did. I'm trying to think of a way to kind of give an impression of maybe what player could, posture to outside the box thinking. But guys, I don't know. Is there anybody in your opinion? Could one of you guys make a case at Drake May over Matt Stafford? Because I don't think so. I mean, the guy led the league in touchdowns, really error-free ball all year. He's put themselves in my opinion, the best team in the NFC. I don't know. And Myles Garrett breaking the sack record, right? Again, so, you make a good point, Hooks. Maybe going to that decrepit franchise in Cleveland would be a good pick. And because who I think is the defensive rookie of the year is also in Cleveland. He was overshadowed by Myles Garrett, that Schlesinger, however you pronounce his name. Had a hell of a year.
All right, Jorge, who's your MVP?
Is this where I talk about Dak Prescott? No. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Listen, when we talk about stats, I get it. Stafford, right? On top of his game, but it's just numbers. I think the most valuable player to their team, Trevor Lawrence, this year. And it's not all going to show up in the stats. He uses his legs more than Stafford does, more than who else? Jared Goff, Prescott, obviously, May, Darnold. Those are all pocket quarterbacks. So I think Trevor has been the leader.
Hold on. You just called him all Darnold is not a pocket quarterback.
How much did he run this year? I don't know.
1,000 yards. No, he didn't. He didn't have a bunch, but you can't group him in with Prescott because Prescott used to run.
Yeah, but Prescott was not extending series, and picking up first downs in critical situations this year like he was in prior years. Darnold was not doing that. I think that without Trevor Lawrence, that there's no way that the Jaguars would be doing this well. And if you plug in any other quarterback in Jacksonville, the way they play, I don't think that they would do a better job than him either.
how much would you give?
So I get it.
How much credit for development of Trevor Lawrence is credited to his coach, though, Liam Cohen?
I don't know if it's that or
You don't think
his
so?
late night Waffle House outings is one of the two, but I'm pretty sure the guy works hard at this skill and he has developed, right? Whereas other, really big time quarterbacks get paid and just kind of skate on by. They do the bare minimum. They want their face out there and they don't really put the time in getting better. And I think Trevor has done that.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Remember when he was coming out, it was tank for Trevor. Everybody wanted, that was the whole deal. But okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Tank for two.
like that.
How'd that work? All right. So listen, I do think it was Lawrence's coach that helped him, just like he helped Baker Mayfield last year. But I want y'all to know that Drake May is the MVP of the NFL. And the only reason that we're talking about Stafford is because he had a really good last week when they had nothing to play for. Like if they had left him on the bench like they should have, they'd still be in the same spot and Drake May would be the MVP. So Drake May had nothing to play for because he already had, but he still won last week. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, if you'd asked me 3 years ago going into the draft, Caleb Williams, Drake May, here they are, both 2 picks. And Jaden Daniels would have been the first one if we'd asked this question last year. But Drake May has had a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Even Tom Brady wants to be like him.
Yeah. And to be fair, Stafford does have arguably the top 3 coach in all of football too. So I can see that.
Yeah. All right. So offensive player of the year, is it Puka or JSN?
JSN. Almost 1,800 receiving yards. I mean, absolute animal out there. Dominated the game, except for when he played the Vikings, because they've got the best defense in football. But JSN, in my opinion.
Dak Prescott. No.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Puka did, I mean, it doesn't seem like the superstar big play, and I could be wrong, wide receiver like JSN is and capable of, right? I think of Puka as more that consistent, a lot of catches, moves the ball down the field, but he's not your impact big play guy like stretch the field with JSN. So that's what
All
I
right, so here's what I heard. I heard Devontae Adams talking on a podcast earlier, and this is how I feel about Jorge. Devontae Adams said the same thing about Puka, and he said, if somebody says that they don't like Puka, or if they don't think Puka's a good dude, I already automatically know that I don't like that person.
Is this
The
because
person
of what
that said
was
they don't
said?
like Puka, the person that said that Puka's not a good dude, I automatically know that I don't like that person. So
What,
Puka is not only a great.
Is this in conjunction
Puka
with
is
what he
not.
posted on what was it, TikTok?
I don't know, but
That's
Puka
why I feel
is
like
not
Puka,
only
that's
a
the only
great.
reason.
Puka is not only a great player, but he's a great teammate, and that's what Jorge, as our leader of this podcast, is. So if you don't like
know what's-
Jorge,
The irony in Devontae Adams saying that, like, is pretty crazy because while I don't know anything about him as a person, either one of them, but him saying, if you're saying you don't like Puka, I don't like you. Meaning, like, if you don't like Puka, you don't know him, which is funny because Devontae Adams is saying, I don't like you and I don't know you. But yeah, I don't know anybody that's ever said anything sideways about Puka. I mean, I think he's a great player. I just don't think he's dynamite like JSN.
what's your take, Jorge? Break the tie. Puka or J?
Not Puka, yeah. JSM.
Defensive player of the year. We want to argue that.
No, the guy broke the all-time sack record. I think it would be.
I don't think that record means that much.
Well, I did see something that they did talk about Strahan, and he did in 16 games, but he did it in, I forget, like 60 or 70 more snaps than Myles Garrett. Yeah, you're right. It's not that big of a deal, but I mean, that shows you how dominant he was, and he's always been a great end. So I don't think you can argue with anybody otherwise, unless it was Andrew Van Ginkel for the guy.
Did it help him win games?
No,
Didn't
but
help him win games.
That's not the MVP, though. You know, just like
No, I
mean,
know.
I don't think that stat, like Justin Jefferson won it a few offensive player of the year a few years back, and they didn't make the playoffs. I think that stat, unlike the MVP, doesn't matter if you're.
Listen, I think that for you to come off the end and get that record means that your interior is superb, is so good that they're just pushing the quarterback into your arms. Is what I think. I could have got that record this year over there.
Just give me a shot.
So let's do one more because I think all of them are pretty easy except for Coach of the Year. I feel like there's a bunch of coaches that can win
Yes.
Coach of the Year.
That's a good point, Hooks. Me, going back to you kind of convinced me with the Drake May, I'm going Mike Vrabel. I think that turnaround of that team is a complete 180 from where, obviously, even on win total. And now, you could argue that, I mean, are they the most dominant team in the AFC besides the Steelers? I don't know.
I
But I
agree
think
with that.
Vrabel.
My honorable mention. I agree with that though. But my honorable mention would be the guy that surpassed everyone's expectation this year. Mike Tomlin did not go 9-8,
I know.
10-7.
Man,
I mean,
I'm the Steelers fan here. I've been preaching.
What's the coach's name from Jacksonville?
Liam Cohen.
Dude, it's not even close. You remember what was he saying? I'm going to let one of y'all say what he was saying at his press conference.
I'm
Oh,
not
I don't
saying
remember.
like that. No.
Oh, come on.
No way in hell.
Duval.
That's, yeah.
Dude, like,
who that?
I think both,
That
I
was
think
right
y'all-
up there with.
one of y'all picked them to go to the Super Bowl or win it
Me.
all.
Me.
Yeah. You
He
can't
doesn't
tell.
win it all.
Dude, I remember I was sitting in the hospital in Mexico back in October. You told me that the Chiefs lost to Jacksonville, and I'm like, how?
First, you
Like-
thought I was joking.
So
Good
that was
try.
that Monday.
I'm for real.
No, I mean, and here they are, the number 2 seed,
Yeah.
number 3 seed.
Yeah,
Number
the
three
number
seed.
3 seed. The number 3 seed.
Oh,
The
wow.
Patriots are the number 2.
Yeah. So I promise you, none of us thought that back in October, and everybody thought Vrabel had a good chance to bring his team back. Anyway, all right. So I digress. Let's talk about the Vikings QB situation.
So I don't want to get too windbag here because I have a tendency to do that. I pick 3 guys that they could trade for, and these are guys that have been documented in the mainstream media of potential openings, and 3 free agents. And I'm just going to go through them real quick. Joe Burrow. I think in order to have that happens, it takes 3 first-round picks and a high-caliber player, right? Obviously, their team is deficient on defense, horrible defensive team. I like trading Jonathan Grenard. He's a great, going back to a strong defensive end. Lamar Jackson, potentially. I think he's 1 less first-round pick. So 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and also a high-caliber player. I think that team, the Ravens, are more offense-heavy. So I'm thinking probably a wide receiver in Jordan Addison. My 3rd player that I picked that I thought would be a good trade, and this is the one that's probably the most practical, is Mac Jones. What he did covering in the 49ers and Brock Purdy's absence comes from a same caliber kind of coaching quarterback over there in San Francisco. I think he's a mid-round, maybe a second-round, but most likely a third-round pick. So those are my 3 trades. Now I'll make it quick.
Real quick, is Mac Jones signed for another year?
Yeah, well, he's under contract with the 49ers, so it would cost collateral.
Okay.
Free agents. Marcus Mariota. I don't like him, but potentially Malik Willis. And this is my guy that I want because I think that what he did in Green Bay, filling in great for Jordan Love. And at first I thought, man, am I the only one that thinks this? I've got a friend, shout out to Les Katie, said the same thing. And moreover, it's been spread around all over about how Malik Willis would be a great fit for not just the Vikings, but anybody. And then this is the guy. This is the guy here, Aaron Rodgers. I think if he comes back and plays another year and none of these work, Aaron Rodgers, they don't mess up this time. And it really fits because if they're really believers in J.J. McCarthy, like they sometimes say they are, then I think the Aaron Rodgers pick makes a great sense because he's one and done. So those are my 6 players. I gave you guys the trade collateral, so I went a little detailed on that, and the most likely of the free agents. Take it for what it is, baby.
Jorge.
Take it for what it is.
Jorge, can you clip it where he says Aaron Rodgers and both of us go like this?
I'm gonna have to.
What the hell's wrong with Aaron Rodgers?
What are you gonna do? And then you're gonna get Phillip Rivers to back him up, and then you're gonna offer discounts if you have dinner before 4 o'clock at Sizzlers. Like you're gonna have field day of the nursing home to come watch them.
All their friends. See what they ran out there? Listen, guys, if they had one of those guys, they're in the playoffs. If they had Rodgers or Phillip Rivers, I don't give a shit. They're in the playoffs.
Can we get Oladokin for 3rd string?
Hooks, you were talking shit about Oklahoma, whoever that guy they had for Kansas City. You said he was garbage. Okladoodle.
Oladokin, Tampa boy.
Bring it on.
He went to Canella Elementary School.
Hey, we can change our new word from the Chiefs to Oladokin.
Anyway.
All right. So we need to do this after the Steelers season's over. Hopefully next week we can talk about who Jorge wants as a quarterback. Because as a Chiefs fan, I know I want Mahomes. I'm good with Mahomes.
Yeah. Rodgers needs to go. He needs to retire and just be done. And you know who else I think needs to retire this year? Travis Kelce. He needs to go.
He's been
go
checked out.
Be married, be happy. It's all good. He's 37? How old is he? 44? I don't even know.
Yeah,
he's too old to be playing this game.
Out.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, if Mahomes is on track and on pack or on pace to come back, I think Kelce comes back for another year. I told y'all that last week. And if he doesn't come back, y'all can tell me I was wrong. But I think he's coming back for another year.
Is this like
Mahomes
the Tom Brady Gronk
play,
situation?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not coming back to play for Jimmy G or Russell Wilson. He's going to come back. If Mahomes is on pace, he doesn't announce anything until late, where he figures out, okay, Mahomes is actually going to be on pace, which Mahomes has always shown to come back early. I think he comes back and plays one more year.
Are they saying that Mahomes is going to go into the regular season potentially?
Yeah. I mean, original dates were 9 months from the time that he got his injury and had the MCL and the ACL. And you guys know that you can rehab quicker than what it says. But right now, if I had to bet my money, Mahomes is there in the into preseason, first of the regular season playing.
Okay.
I wouldn't put it against him. The guy's amazing.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Steelers. Where are we going to see him this time next week?
Cancun.
No, dude.
No,
Are you
he's going to
serious?
be in South Africa or some jungle somewhere doing ayahuasca or whatever the heck he does in the dark for 2 weeks, and then in line at the Social Security office.
So what is ayahuasca or whatever? What's it smell like or taste like?
It tastes like failure, probably. I don't know. I think that he hasn't been. I don't know, man. It probably. I think it's all in his head. He thinks that helps him. I think he really does think that. But and then his little dark meditation thing, like he thinks all these weird things help him. He's a weird guy. I'm telling you, he's a weird guy. He's gonna be one of those crazy old men when he's like really old. I guarantee you, it's gonna be a little weird. But no, he needs to. He's gonna lose this week, and he just needs to be done. And the Steelers are done this week, and then Tomlin needs to be gone, like quick, before all the good coaches are gone. So that's my prediction.
I think I'll just say this.
Your
and
favorite
I'll-
day
and
of the
I'll quit
year.
with this. I'll just say this about the Steelers. I think this is a more important game to beat the Texans than it is next week if the 49ers win to play the 49ers. I think that it would be in their favor because it would be choke city for the 49ers, a lot on their plate. Maybe when the big game comes up, they failed before, fail again. That's my path to the AFC Championship. If they beat the Texans, they go to the championship, AFC Championship.
No, that they wouldn't play the Niners. That's the other
we're
side.
talking about.
They would play.
Sorry, the Patriots. Patriots. Sorry,
Yeah.
Patriots. And the Patriots being the first round. This for Drake May's first round into the playoffs. That's my pick. So I think it's more important to beat the Texans the week after when they'll play the Patriots.
No, I think they would
If
play. If they win, they
yeah.
would play the Broncos. As long
That's
as
right. Well,
because if Jacksonville and the Patriots win, Jacksonville and the Patriots will play, and the Steelers will play Denver.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, because the Broncos are the number 1 seed. Correct. Yes.
yeah, and we're number 4. So
All right,
no,
well,
they're gonna go to Denver and get beat anyway.
I sure hope that next week we can have a new part of our podcast, but I'm not going to show the sign going by this week. But the chump of the week, I know we weren't going to talk about him, but is the old lady at the airport that lost Jorge's bag whenever Jorge was going to the Texas Ranger Baseball Academy today.
Listen, this lady was so old. Like, I don't even know how she keeps this job. I'm not going to say what airline because I don't want to get booted. I got status with them. But I check in my stuff, and apparently
It's
my baseball
Spirit.
bag has to. No, I wouldn't hesitate to say bad things about Spirit. They canceled my flights before. But she's like, I need, this needs to go on a cart or whatever. Like, she can't put it on the belt with my suitcase because it's bigger. Has to go on a cart. And then she's like, just put it over there by the trash can, and somebody will come get it. I'm like I can't just sit here and babysit my bag. I gotta go. Freaking, I was already in line for 50 minutes because I had to go on the special line. And I'm like, I gotta go because we board in like 30 minutes. So I'm sitting in my plane and I see my bag, like my suitcase is with me, right? And then I'm looking at my baseball bag and it's still at the terminal. This lady totally forgot about my bag and nobody picked it up. Nobody brought it. And so by the time I left, my GPS was still showing it. But then we did get a delay. We were delayed about 35, 40 minutes because of the weather in Tampa. So miraculously, when I get to Arizona, my bag shows up. Don't know how, but I was pretty sure that I was going to be playing baseball tomorrow with somebody else's pants on.
Well, I'm glad it
My
worked out.
lucky day.
Hey, have fun with that tomorrow. Seriously, I hope you just crush it. Don't hurt your hamstring. Just have a great time.
Why you got to jinx me? I'll
Yeah.
have some pictures for you guys to look at
Yeah,
next week.
Make sure you share them.
Will do.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man. Good show,
Yeah.
guys. A lot of crazy things you guys predicted to happen, and a lot of crazy things you guys thought about this season so far. But we'll see how that pans out, and we're gonna clip that thing for next year. To our listeners, keep listening to us, interacting with us on our Instagram page. You can find us on your favorite podcast app. You can find us on YouTube. Just look it up. First and Inches Podcast everywhere you can find us. And if you got any questions or you want to even come on the show, just let us know. We'll bring you on and tell you how wrong you are. Any last thoughts, guys?
No, let's go. Let's go.
I want a visitor before the end of January. I want a fourth person on here to like just all of us make fun of or agree with before the end of January. That's my hope.
I'm going to see if I can get Pudge to come on next week. I'll be seeing him tomorrow. So, all right. Until
All right.
next
That'd
week,
be
guys.
great.
Wish me luck.
All right.
See
Good
ya.
luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.